Alrighty, I'm in for the earth signs. Finish it off this week. Oh man, again, pleasant interruptions, but nonetheless, interruptions. So this will be for the week. I think I'm going to take next week off. I don't know. I'll see. I'll come in for the energy report in the affinity room. We'll see what happens. Okay, earth signs for the week. These have been pretty intense readings all along here, so we'll see what happens. So we're starting with Taurus, Virgo, then Capricorn, going into spirituality, and then love, sex, and romance. So here we go. Taurus, first card, spirituality, wisdom. Okay, my lighting, oh, good. It's catching up here a little bit. Oh, maybe not. I'll go down with it. Okay, so wisdom, give me a moment. Yeah, we're going inward to think about some things spiritually that have happened in our life. Popped up is what they said. To illuminate, to make sure that we make the right decision. I feel very conscious about what we do spiritually here is what I'm getting. This may be a new energy that they're tapping into, but it's a very good habit to get in the future. So it's like we're becoming more conscious, and we want to become more conscious of our energy field going outward. This is really good stuff here. So next card, destiny. Yeah, it's interesting. They're telling me a little story about this, so give me a minute. Okay, so what they're saying there about this whole, sometimes they can have tombs, and what happens is the dead are put in these tombs to transition to spirit world, and it's kind of like a rite or a ritual that they choose, and that's the sense here, is that we're kind of going inside to figure out how we can transform into our destiny. I feel like the Taurus has a grasp of the field they want to go into, but we want to be more specific and narrow things down, and like more streamlined is the sense I'm getting. So I feel like that's moreover what they're trying to bring the illumination to is, okay, I know the tools, I'm gaining tools in all these different areas, but I want to streamline it to exactly where I want to go. So that I feel like this destiny card is that transformation of they want me to give an example. Just give me a minute. Okay, so say we enjoy water sports. I'm in waters, as they can translate. And we just don't know what one we want to go in. We're trained as like water skiing. We're trained swimmer. We're trained on boats and skidoos, but we don't know where. So we're going to pick a lane here. We're going to pick jet ski. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get my education in jet skiing, and I'm going to streamline it. And that's what picking what pleases us most highly and going in that direction. So over these next 2 weeks or so, this is what they're really dealing with in their frequency. What they're going to streamline that right down to being super as specific as they can, really. Next card. Wow, pretty card. Pretty card. That's the 10 of air. Getting a sense, right? Because they wings sense. We are feeling quite connected to the universal energies, what I'm getting here. We may be even communicating with them in order to figure this out. I feel like that's them either praying or whatever kind of way that you express that universally. Praying, some people go into meditation, some people, join groupings and do this together and get other people to help them. This kind of thing. So, sense here is that we're asking for help universally, and we're going to wait until we feel guided in that way for answers. Okay, so to expand on the wisdom card, which is really basically the hermit card in this deck, trying to illuminate something in their lives. We get, wow, the fledgling. So this is about passions and starting that passionate path. What enlivens us? What enlightens us, right? So very much in sync with the passion going forward. We want to make sure that we're not doing something that is going to cause us to be drained down the road. We want to make sure that what we pick, that we feel energized. Not only that, I'm getting a sense too that there's things here that we want to be able to expand. Like, we don't want to be just doing one thing. We want to be able to increase our knowledge base and expand within that job or whatever it is that comes down to. We want to be able to really feel the passion and go outward in it and level up as we go. So we don't want something that can get stale real quick. Okay. Now, destiny, what do we get there? Differences. We might be noticing some differences here in what we originally thought that we wanted and what the universe is really going to throw at us as a kind of veer us a little to the left. um the difference here is quite stark to the Taurus. I feel like they're going, wait a minute, because it's like the guidance they get is not what they expect. They expected it to be more on track of what they were looking for. So it's going to take some time to really download, or this is what they are dealing with at this time. It could have already been downloading and they're going, wait a minute, is that something? Da, da, da. Like, they're really mulling it over because they may not see the expansion points down the road. And they may feel they're not developed enough for this, is the sense that I'm getting. But we only know if we start expanding, right? So on the 10 here of air, which is about the communication, I feel with the energies or with their intuition even, trying to bring them to funnel this into an area that is good and right and just. Now, playful, that's what they're focused on. They want to feel energized, going to work. I think the moon must be in all of these cards. I'm noticing they're making me notice it. Again, feminine energies, right? And we may choose a field that is highly littered with feminine energy. So caretaking, this kind of thing. We may go in this area. But I feel like either the universal energies are really starting to gain momentum with you, meaning the synchronicities, the signs, all of that is starting to show in your universe, and we're getting quite excited and playful with that. Or the area that we want to go is exciting and playful when we hear about, oh yeah. But I do feel there's a stark difference between where the universe figures you could go and where you figure you can go. I feel like there's a bit of a difference there. They kind of have to, I don't know if it's a self-esteem issue is kind of what I'm getting. Or they feel like they may not be prepared enough to do it, that kind of thing. Okay, chakra cards on top of the fledgling again. Just learning what our passions are and what drives us, and wanting to explore that some more. We get the 2 of coins. Yeah. So the 2 of coins here, we have this woman. Usually they're it's a symbol of balancing things, needing to balance things out. And when I first started the reading, the sense was here that we may be taking on or have had things in our past that we took on, either through educational, like things that we invested our money in to learn. We may be taking on a few here at one time, or we may have done this and are now trying to streamline and where to go and develop which ones. Okay. Sorry, it's hard spitting that out. And I think that's what it is. We have a few areas to go from here. We just don't know where to send all the energy, and we kind of are waiting for news to come in. I feel like that's the universal energies. They're kind of, and it is, they're going, yeah, we just take our time. We let the We let the messages come in, let it sink in spiritually, emotionally, da da da. And then when you know, you'll know. If you're unaware of what it is exactly, then don't act yet. Just keep mulling it over, is the sense I get. Now, on top of the differences, and I felt that was like the universe figures you can do, but you may not figure. We have the devil. So this may be a block. This could be addictions in some way. Now they're making me think of routines. We're in a certain routine. We don't want to break that routine. So then it frees up, right, an area. So we might be in a routine so much so that we don't open up to an area of work or something in this way. I feel like it is a routine that we're trying to break habits from, or break the cycle of altogether. This kind of thing. Yeah, it's self-confidence at the root here. Like we got orange here, that is about creativity, and red, and but the sense I'm getting is we have a lack of in the yellow there a little bit, and that's kind of stopping it right there. The red, orange, when it gets to yellow, problems. So the self-esteem, joy, what makes us happy, this is what we got to figure out. So we're in the right place looking for the right stuff, but we've got some hang-ups here that are kind of holding us back. On the playful energy, we have the Three of Swords. Well, if that doesn't crash our party. Okay, sorry. Three of Swords, that's about heartbreak, disappointment, grief, sorrow. We could be dealing with something in our path in that way. I'm going to carry on because they're going here. Also, take note of that cup. She's trying to fill her cup, and that guy's in behind. He's ready to siphon it when she does. So be aware of people around you that take your energy, or maybe taking advantage of things that you give them. This could be emotionally, or it could be monetary, but I'm getting it is an emotional thing here. Someone that drains us highly, we got to watch for that as well. Okay. Now, the native spirit card that I got for Taurus is the tribal spirit dancer. I'm going to read from the book. And just get the glare off there. Yeah. And whenever I get like dancing kind of energies, it's like freedom, right? People that dance with spirit, they're free and they're limitless. And that's the sense I get here. I feel like the Taurus has kind of put a limit on themselves that is locking them into place that they kind of can't spread their wings. So we'll see what the book says. Tribal spirit dancer. MFUST. Okay, here we go. So the meaning, it says, let go. Say yes to life and be daring. Dance to your heart's desire. Unfurl your wings and fly. Cast aside conventions and restrictions. There it is, right there. That's your block. So, restriction. Yeah, okay, I'll continue. Got too excited too quick. Okay, tune in to the rhythm of life. Laugh, explore, and go beyond your predictable behavior. Sometimes life is messy and chaotic, and that's okay. Leave the dishes, run outside in the sprinklers. So if we're the type, okay. Now I had this happen when I had my son and he was a baby. I had a counselor helping me, and I have I don't know, I didn't see it at that time. Kind of like I had to have everything in its place. My room was a mess, but everything in the kitchen, in the living room, everywhere else had to be like presentable in case anybody showed up, was my paranoia. Now, I feel the need to explain this because it's going to either help that person. I had the counselor, and when she come in and she's like, yep, everything's great, wonderful. And then when I started with the baby and the toys and everything, I was stressed to the max, that everything was not in its place, that I had like nervous breakdowns just because there was no time to pick up toys, there's no time to tidy, da da da. So she, bless her heart, she worked with me to leave one room, just leave it if there's stuff going on. Like I had a kind of a den off the living room, and then I had my bedroom. That was just kind of normal, and then the rest had to be presentable. And she's like, just leave the den. You can see it from the living room. So I was like, no, I can't leave the den. I can't. And then I had closed doors. She's like, no, just leave it open. You have to kind of condition yourself to surrender, because you just end up being so pent up with energy. You can't get it all done. When you have a baby and a single parent, you can't get it all done. So you have to be okay with leaving things. And that's the sense I get here, is in order to loosen up in life, we really got to loosen our chain on, and it may be like, things within the house have to be spick and span, da da da. So you can leave the dishes, you can do the da 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 da. Because really, when it comes down to it, what percentage of the time are people judging your dishes? Not a lot. I mean, you don't want to go on the other end. I kind of went the other way myself, but you want to loosen up a bit so you can enjoy life. We're not stressed about how it all looks, and we're not enjoying it any. So this is what I'm getting here. Now, the native spirits want you to know you're on the planet to be free. You don't always need to meet the expectations of others. You're here to explore, expand, and step into your extraordinary self. Of course, there are times to live an ordinary life, but there are also times to be joyously flung. Whoa, what? Sorry. But there are also times to joyously fling your arms to the heavens and dance. Choose life on your terms. Clear out mental and emotional clutter. Move beyond those situations that you have outgrown. Don't accept the rules you have placed on yourself or others have placed on you. And this is your time. Don't delay listening to the rhythm of your heart and following your dreams. Oh. Sorry, I just had to write something down and I'll forget. So yeah, loosen up a bit. Enjoy life. The tribal dancer, they really have no restraints. They're limitless and they enjoy everything. So that's what they're wanting at Taurus, to cash in on that energy. This week, next 2 weeks, dip into it, see how it feels, and maybe you can take it forward. Okay. So now we're going to go into the love and sex side. Again, 18 plus. There's some raunchy stuff in here. I don't know what's here. I flip everything over, so I see it when you see it, or just before. 13, death and rebirth. What do you know? The phoenix rising from the ashes. I feel very much interesting. They're going, it's feminine energy too, this phoenix. Embracing the changes that are coming is really what what I'm getting here for the Taurus. Embracing changes that may not be comfortable, but they're definitely going to be freeing and loosen you up so that we can enjoy life more. It's not so serious and everything's got to be a certain way. This kind of thing. It's like, loosen up a little bit. Take your coat off, Next is the Prince of Pentacles. So look at, there's that bull. Yeah, look at him going towards that fire. Give me a minute, tap in. The Pentacles dudes at the lower level here, the page, they are looking to increase their knowledge base because they know they've got to start their foundation and they want to be trained and whatnot. I feel like some people are at this stage. We may also be at a point here where we may be changing careers altogether. So we want to gain a broader knowledge base of different things than we've ever learned or dealt with in our past. I'm getting like people have been doing something for so long, and then all of a sudden now there's a break. and they got to put in effort, and they want to do it right. So they're going to invest. And Page, like Pentacles, they will invest if it is for their betterment and for the solidity of their way forward. And definitely when it comes to work and making headway in that way. So this is what I feel is going on here. It's just a expansion of that spiritual, which is talking about a new energy that's wanting to start out, and we're going to invest in that highly as we go forward here. And next is the Five of Cups. This is interesting because this is about disappointment as well. Yeah, might be a negative mindset here that we're focused on. But it's interesting because there's 3 cups that are spilt, but she is actually looking at the 2 full cups. Give me a minute. We know here that we have to make a sacrifice, really what I'm getting. And in order to do that, we have to kind of, I feel like we may have taken training in a way that might not be something that we use in the future, but it's just going to be sitting there. And the sense here is Taurus is going, well, that's okay. I'll deal with my 2 cups that are full here, and I'll expand there. And again, the decision to pick a lane is real high here. Like I feel the focus. We're just going to focus. Doesn't matter. We spent money on this. We're going to focus here and adapt as we go. Okay, on top of the 13, which is the rebirth. What is it? Yeah, death and rebirth energy, rising in the phoenix, new materials coming from old ashes, right? We have the Queen of Cups. She is about emotions, compassion, giving outward. I think this is what's driving us. We want to care and go outward in a caring energy towards others. That makes us feel the strongest. Yeah, this may be a new energy we've learned to deal with. It's always been there, but now we're feeling more charged to go in this direction and it be worthy. Whereas before we may not have looked at it in that way. Now, on top of the page here, what do we get? Ace of Cups. This is good stuff. Because in this deck, right, we're talking about cups runneth over. It is overflowing. So that means that we have filled our cup. And for some, right, it might not have been this way. So we've learned to get ourselves happy. We've learned to overflow. Now it's time to take it in a direction, right? The bird of peace, right, is flying from there. Why? Because we finally filled our cup first. And Taurus can be they can be, well, I mean, anybody has the ability to be taken advantage of in an emotional way. Again, I'm feeling a draining from the spiritual, and here I feel like a recharging. So somewhere between the spiritual and the love side, we've gotten rid of the problem, or maybe it's just not on the love side. The love side gives us what we need, so we're full and we can go forward. Okay, so on the disappointment, again, I feel like that has to do with picking a career or picking a lane in regards to what makes us happy and fulfilled. We may have put some energy into stuff here we had to let go or release. May not be using it directly now as we go forward. We get the King of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag. Now they are very removed, kind of laid back. They kind of have everything set. They're financially stable. They're quite large and in charge. But again, this one's got an energy of kind of backing off, because usually they are quite focused and anything that they want, they get. I still get that from him, but it's just more in a passive way. If he really wants something, he'll go get it. But, you know, this one's more passive. So these may be the partners. Like, even though you're an earth sign, you may carry caring and kindness and compassion quite well. And you may have a fire sign partner here who is very large and in charge. He likes to sit on his throne and kind of take a back seat. That's what I'm getting. Okay, next. On the Queen of Cups, we have the Three of Cups. What do you know? So the sense here is that where we get charged is our partner. And this is a really good thing because there's a lot of good stuff, again, 18 plus going on here. There is great comfort in our partner, and we are really able to give each other what we need, is the sense that I'm getting from the cup in the middle, very much so. Now, on that ace there, you get the 7 of wands. Okay, what? Give me moments. This is my creepy love card because you get a salamander in the back and you don't know what's going to happen. Like, is he going to rip the clothes off? Just give me a minute. I am lost with this card. Just give me a minute here. It's like this is the couples card. Now, are we dreaming of this and maybe getting this? I don't know. We're gonna go one more here. What's on the reclusive king? Oh, what do we got? This is kind of dicey. This might be the singles scenario here. We're flipping into. Knave of Cups, which is Page of Cups. Now, he talks about jealousies. Yeah, I gotta sit for a moment. There is a lot of stuff here. This is, I don't even know how to express this. Okay. I feel this is the way we want to engage with our partner very lovingly. We want a deeper, compassionate thing going on with our partner. Now, I feel like this 7 is trying to express that we don't quite feel comfortable with our, like, I was getting a comfort level, but maybe that's what I really want. I want to be comforted. I want to be, give me a minute here. Where was I? Yeah. This is about jealousies. This is about, this guy's kind of grabby, a little too grabby. Okay. Now, there's passion here that wants to come out, but it may not be balanced, is the sense I get from this card. Okay. Now, this one is very balanced. Each person is enjoying, they're engulfing. There's a lot of emotional, the slowing things down and absorbing everything. This one, maybe not so much. So either we have a bipolar sexual thing like this going on, or we may be in transition if we're single and dating, maybe transitioning, dating one or two of these, right? One's got the romance and the softness covered. The other one's kind of pushing it a little bit. We may not be comfortable with. Now, the jealousy that doesn't go. Because what they were explaining to me there when I was quiet, they're going, notice the cat walking in. Because the cat's energy has something to do with, because this guy's jealous because there's somebody here that he wanted and they got someone else. And then the cat's kind of lingering there. So this could be one of two things. It could be jealousies within a partnership, no matter. And it could be jealousies within a dating scenario. We may have some lightly dating here is really what I'm picking up on. Someone that we want a deep, compassionate relationship with someone. Again, I feel like that's kind of in our head, like this is what we want, but this is the way it's going. It's kind of like creepy. We don't like the way this person comes at us sexually in the dating scene. We don't like it. Now, they may be getting an option here, and then this dude, because this looks a lot like this dude, he's mad because he didn't come off really good in that way. So, yeah, that is what it is. They sunk that right in there. I think the cat is the sign of sneakiness. It's kind of like we pick a lane here. We shouldn't be going after both. It's the sense that I'm getting. Is like we should be just going in one and focusing on that area, and then but anyway, we're free to go. So there's a sense of that here. We split from a couple to singles here, basically. And the sense they're giving me too is that we keep putting up with this. And as long as we keep putting up with this, we're going to keep losing this dream. This dream is going to be farther and farther away. We need to let this go so that that energy can manifest. If we are holding on to a lower frequency, we're going to get a lower frequency. We're going to attract another lower frequency. We got to let go of that low frequency and dream of this and wait until it comes. If it's not suitable, we let it go. This is what's going on here, some kind of jealousy. Okay. So the infinity card, sorry, that took a while for me to tap in there. So somebody may be quite private or doesn't want, people to know. It may be relationships on the down low, really, is the sense I got, because they're going, we know better. But anyway, okay. On the 3, we get elation. So yeah, I do feel for some there is an opportunity here that have let that energy go, but the energy that you're not comfortable with, because you get in the bedroom and you go, ooh, you tense up. That's not a good energy. Go to the one that you release, and everything's good. There's elation here for those that let go of that energy, is the sense, and they can just put all their focus, all their energy in there. Now on the 7, we get, ooh, okay. That's what creeped them out, was this person may have been a little raunchy on the X side, and they just weren't on board with that. So they didn't want to go there. It was too deviated from what they want or what they need or what can, bring about passion in them. Yeah, that's what it is, because they just keep looking at that sound like it bites. It bites. This is what they're giving me. So it's like we're just not flowing with that frequency. It's not our thing. We don't want to be bound in whatever, right? Whatever scenario they're going into. It's too much. It's not a match. So we need to let that go, is the sense. Now here, Knave of Cups. That's the jealousy. So somewhere here, we may be in between a partner and jump into another one. They have the tenacity. Oh, okay. They're going, well, the reason he keeps staying is because he's very tenacious. He won't give up. He just keeps coming back, and we keep accepting. And eventually here, either during these 2 weeks, we're going to start to open up to a field that has a possibility to make dreams come true in the bedroom here. And we're very elated because we see the difference. We may get into that territory quite quickly. So this is why they're going, that's energy goes back here. It's why we keep going back, is because, but they're going, this man is going to get jealous no matter. And he can do that until he decides to either, well, the thing is, I feel like the Taurus is not communicating the dislikes here. I don't think we're communicating that we don't like it. We're just getting turned off, creeped out, and there's no communication. We just want to drop it and run. So this is what I'm getting here. And in the meantime, we'll warm up to something that's a little more our comfort level. Now, as we go on to the 22, the elation of the dream that we want. We get 22, sorry. Again, nudity. Okay, so here we go. Now, this is interesting. How do you explain what I'm getting? Now, 2 of Wands here. This man, you know what I'll read from? I'll read from the book. Oh, do I have the book? I don't have the book. Yeah, I took it out the other day. Okay. Basically, I'm trying to PG this all the way. You see what's exposed there, right? We're talking about spankings here. Now, this man wants to indulge in this with this woman, and she's going, okay, but the toy's a little much, okay? We just kind of want to just tiptoe into this territory. It's the sense I'm getting. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to do this with this man. Or maybe they were groovy on the toy thing, but they're just not groovy on that dude, and that's it. So we're going to slowly introduce this. That's the sense. Yeah, we got something from this guy. The guy we didn't want, but the techniques, we'll take that. We'll try that. So this is what's going on. We got this dude here, and he don't know what this guy knew, but we don't want that guy back. We want this guy, so we're gonna teach him a little bit. That's what's going on. We're elated that we got him, and we're just gonna kind of tiptoe into that territory and see what happens. So, as we go forward, way to go, Taurus! Lighten my day. Okay, so 7, 7 of Wands. Okay, again, yeah, this is all adult stuff. We just couldn't handle it. All of that. It was too much, too quick, too heavy, and the person, we just didn't feel comfortable with them. We were not in a position where we could accept all of that from that. We could probably accept it over here, but we didn't want to accept it over there, is the sense I'm getting. There's too much wrong there. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're getting right into it. 2 Pentacles. That is hedonism. So here we go. That is about free and easy. I want it. You have it. Can I have it? And can I get more? Because it feels good. This is where we're headed. Now, this is about doing for pleasure, not necessarily for romantic interest. Now, again, this is on the same dude. He is doing for pleasure. This is highly felt. The Taurus is not lost on details here. It gets to feel slimy and not genuine. This is what they're removing themselves from. They don't mind, getting into this stuff, but they want it with someone that they can get a deeper connection with, is what I'm getting. So we're indulging in things that bring pleasure. Alrighty. Now, the jealousy, right? And the tenacity. This guy just doesn't give up. He keeps coming back. But I feel like the Taurus is finally saying, you know what? I think I'm done here. Now, on top of that, we have the 13 of, what is that? 13, just give me a minute here. Oh yeah, swords. And the sword is down, and what did I say? She ain't communicating. She ain't talking. She just doesn't really, on the level, she just doesn't really care for this guy enough to want to change him or mold him or put any work or effort in. It's just not what we're going to do. We're going to jump to a complete new version, and then we'll work that around, right? We'll go to a softer touch and then increase the volume. That's what we're going to do. Now, here's the deal. Yeah, she is the Queen of Swords. Give me a minute. Yeah, there's no communicating, but I'll tell you, when the sex stops there, it gets the point across quite quickly. That's what they're saying. They're going, look at the physical body and how it's presented. And that truth, they're not going to speak, but they're not going to engage either. So something happened here. Like, again, it may have been just the Taurus realizing, you know what, I can't put up with this no more. I don't care how hard you come at me. I just don't want to put up with it. It's not my thing. So they're putting their stand, they're making their stand here, putting the sword down in the ground. They're not going to take part anymore, is really what I'm getting here. This is what they're going to either work up to this week or are going to be working to stand up for through the week. Like we've already put our foot down here, so to speak. Yeah. But we're moving, I feel we're moving into this new territory. And you know what? If he ain't hardcore, then we're just going to butter him up a bit and we'll see where it goes. This is what I'm getting. So on the 2, sorry, I can be quite blunt. On the 2 of Wands, we get the Knight of Pentacles. There he is, boys. In comes the Knight. Now, he is very sturdy. A lot more sturdy than this one behind here. He don't come and go. He kind of stays. And you can keep up with him because he's not dashing off like the Knight of Wands. And he ain't creating chaos like the Knight of Swords. So he gives solid offers. So this is what she is feeling is more attractive to her. Getting more of a solid offer from a genuine direction. And this guy's, he may even be stable financially, where this guy may not have been, is the sense I get. We just didn't have a lot of stability here. Like future projections, they go, what do you call that? Cloudy skies. Like there's not much there to hang off of. Sorry. It's like Friday night. Okay. So here we go. Knight of Pentacles. In he comes. Now, what about this energy? What are we doing here? 6 of Pentacles. Would you look at that? Now, this is about equal give and take. And what do you know? It's the same element. So that attaches quite highly to his energy. He is going to give as much as he receives. And what do you know? If you turn up the volume, he may turn up the volume as well. So it's all good. We may get what we want out of this if we put a little work and effort here. Now, on the Queen of Swords, again, this woman has been through enough. And in the sexual arena here, she don't let things, just anything, come past her and how you so partake in what she has to offer. She has a sword there and she will cut you if you don't abide. So what do we have on there? Oh, see, and that was the energy I picked up earlier. We have the Seven of Swords. So that's why this guy's jealous. Seven of Swords about sneaky behavior. So we have someone here dating someone and stepping out with someone else. We're not satisfied sexually. I'm getting a light date scene here. Not satisfied sexually, so we're going to one that is, or more stable anyway in their energy, because I'm getting a breakup of the energy this dude presents here. Just give me a minute. This dude presents a very choppy energy, in and out, or we may see him for like a week a week all the time, and then all of a sudden he's gone for 2 weeks. Like, it's just inconsistent with the energy, is what they're telling me. So this guy's more stable. He's more, it's full on. We know what we're dealing with. We're not getting any stories. I'll be back. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing, but I'll be back. And it's not like that. This guy's going to come in. He's going to text you in the morning. How you doing? How's your morning? Good. And then he's going to check with you through the day. And then he's going to say good night to you before you go to bed. This kind of thing. I get a very stable energy that way. So that's good and groovy. And I'll tell you, that works. So that's the equal give and take. If you check on him, he checks on you, but he's not waiting on you. He's going to take charge and he will get that message across, because they're saying it's through text. It must be a lot of communication here through text. But there is time that's spent, and it's when he says he's going to be there, he's going to be there. And that's that. But I feel like the sneaky energy is on the Taurus side. I think we might be dipping into two pools here, and somebody don't know. And that's why it's upsetting, because one person's out of the loop there. Okay. Wow. Okay. So that was Taurus. Wow. Okay. Your animal for the week. Jaguar, talking about release. Well, what do you know? This is interesting to me. I'm going to go there. 9 is about coming to completions with things. I feel like the Taurus here is exploring their sexuality in different relationships at different levels. What feels good, what doesn't feel good. They're coming very close to a completion of finding out where that sits. And it may sit in this Knight of Pentacles, frankly. What was the word they had there? Jaguar. No, but... yeah, release. Well, what do you know? Release, right? Yeah, because the sense I'm getting is overpowering sexual urges to look for things that are of more quality, okay? There's a very heavy energy that people have to learn. Taurus is learning this. I can't repeat it. It's so heavy. And I feel like part of it is their ability to gain pleasure from the experience itself. Let someone take the lead and give release, instead of always being preoccupied with you being the master, you being the one that takes charge. Give me a minute here. There's something they want to say about this dynamic. Because this could be a hang up that they're starting to come, because they're showing me him going over, and it's like we're overcoming. We're becoming more sexually prowess in the bedroom, and we're overcoming all of our fears, all of our hang-ups and whatnot. So this is very good, and we need absolutely trustworthy males, females, whatever, to do that with. We don't go with those that are untrusted. And that's why we never gained progress in the past, is because we just didn't have a trustworthy partner. They're flippant. They don't care enough to help us move along. And not only that, I don't feel like this. They're going Empress in the making. I don't feel like this Empress in the making is feeling it's worthy even. So they know on a huge level, they just are starting. So I feel like this guy's going to get him over that hump, if I can put it that way. They're going to get him to a point where they trust a partner. This has not happened in the past. May have had a lot of creepy partners that in the bedroom, they didn't satisfy us. We didn't want to speak of it because we didn't want to, create whatever, or maybe we spoke and we never got any results and we hung on to them too long and it kind of dented our self-esteem here. Now I feel like the Taurus is really taking bull by horns and overpowering. And now we picked a partner we think we're going to like. And what do you know? It's working in all areas. And you know what he doesn't know, we can teach him. So away you go. And this is what's happening. So I feel a very overpowering urge. We're going to conquer our sexuality here, and we're well on our way with this one. But be careful with this sneaky energy, because we could lose. We don't want to lose this one, because this is a good stepping stone here, is the sense that I'm getting. So that could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo, but not necessarily. But somebody who is definitely stable, strong, has a good work ethic, balanced, grounded, this kind of thing. Very stable dude. So this is all good stuff. That is Taurus for the week. Nice. That's good stuff. Okay, next. Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Where are we? First card, masculine, feminine. We have fire. Yeah, we're thinking about taking action in a direction here, is what I'm getting. We're fired up, that's for sure. Masculine, feminine, getting two together. Yep, it's pairing. That's what I'm getting. Next is the three of water. It's interesting, the water's going into the fire. We may be a little too fired up, is a sense they're giving me. We want to go in a direction quite highly. And they're showing me the water taking out all the flames. So we got to kind of cool it a bit here. Like, take it down a notch before we approach, because we're sending off the wrong signals. I don't know. This is what I'm getting. Next card, King of Air. So you may be dealing with a King of Air, or you may have air traits. The King of Air, very wise and very astute, focused on things here. We usually stay in our logic quite highly, like to make wise decisions, not necessarily from the heart, but if so be it. Now, again, we got flamage here high, but they're showing this three of, this is kind of going against the grain, but going with the flow no matter, because our angel fish there, play on words. The angels are kind of pointing you in a direction and you're looking at it and it's getting fired up. Give me a moment. Yeah, it's like we can't go forward to them until we can control our passion, is really what I'm getting. It's not wise. We're thinking it's not wise if we go towards them with this kind of passion. It's out of control. Okay, so the Virgo, again, readings before were quite emphasized with the love at first sight thing. So this may be carrying on. Now, on top of that, masculine, feminine, we get the message. Do we? That is about, can be about intuition. Listening to our intuition can be literally about messages, sending them out. I think in this case, it is this man or woman wants to send out a message to this partner. I don't feel this is the partner here. I feel like this is the Virgo's energy. Wanting to move forward out of, it's almost like they're trying to get out of something, because they're making me feel like the hair is resistance. We're trying to move out of something into something else. But we may be so impassioned that we got to, cool the jets here. Like, but It's almost like we're getting pushed by some kind of, well, spiritually or whatever. So we're either communicating that we want to get together with someone, or we're feeling highly motivated to do that. Now, on top of that 3 of water, we get the warrior. Yeah, look at him go. Goodness and all that it encompasses. He fights for the good. He can do battle cries for making the right things come to be. I feel like he's doing this in his own, for his own good. He's battle crying for himself. He's been in a lot of lose-lose situations, is what they're saying, in the past, and we're now got to fight for something where it's win-win. Like, and it seems like they have to put a lot of energy in order to bridge that gap. Message. Okay, now on the King of Air again, someone who's very logical. I feel like this is the Virgo energy, right? Even though we're talking about air here, I feel like it's absorbed in this man. He's very much in his head, thinking about things to a higher degree than he normally would because of the situation he's going through. And because of this, he is thinking about the goodness that he has to give and the goodness outside of him that can be sent back. A message, and that going back and forth with that, I feel like is that message. So we may be texting someone or wanting to communicate or waiting on information from someone we sent a message to. Then we get the complication card. So yeah, we might be still intermingled or in the process of removing some things here in order to be free to go in a direction. Okay. Now, on top of the message, we get the Lovers. What do you know? Yeah, that's where it's going. It's going straight to someone that we have great high feelings for. But I feel like, yeah, we are still attached energetically in some kind of way, maybe living in with someone that we don't love and looking outward to someone else, or some way not quite removed from a partner before we want to go to another one. Now, the warrior, again, fights for what's right. So the sense here is, so we're trying to get out of the relationship that we're in order to go to what we've seen. And I feel like he may have been in the mundane for a while, dealing with this partner that was, but this was before, I'm getting a sense is before the shutdown of all of these, like COVID and whatnot. Before that, he was just busy doing work, so he didn't see his life as it sits, right? And then stops, and then what do I got to deal with? All of this stuff. So now we see it more clearly. We don't want to be here. Like, we don't, because we actually have to spend time and we can't use work to avoid da da da. So the warrior, again, looking for the good in others and to try and gain that for ourselves. We have the 7 of Wands, and that's about being in defense, standing in defense against something. I feel like it's their partner, like the partner that they're trying to get away from. They're defending against, like, don't, because it may be a situation where he's been trying to get away, and the person on the other side, they just won't release. They won't release from that. So it's like he's in defense, like, back off, back off. I want my space. And again, if you have someone that's living in the same house, and then you gotta, for financial reasons, you can't. Could be a scenario here. Sorry, somebody's moving furniture. Friday night. Okay. Complicated. What do we get there? 8 of Wands. That's about a lot of communication. Can be arrows of love coming in. I feel like for the Virgo, that is what it is. Travel. You could be a traveler. You could travel a lot for work, though I feel a lag time, like you may not be doing this now because of the restrictions, but they're going travel. We do travel for work. And we can't, it's like we can't escape. Yeah, they're feeling quite bound. They want to go. That may be the panic time energy that I feel. It's like, I gotta go. And they can't, they're being blocked. Woo, okay, native spirit talks about ancestors. I'll get my goggles on and I'll read that. Oops. Ancestors have something to do here. We may have people in our midst that are giving us wise counsel in regards to this in one area. I feel like the area we want to go to is somewhat veiled. Like it's either someone we look at and we go, yeah, I'd like to go there, but nobody knows this kind of thing, or minimal people know. Now, get into the ancestors. Okay, here it goes. The card meaning says wisdom is blossoming. Even if there are unsettling situations in your life, there's a reason for it. As much goodwill occurs as a result. Your ancestors are sending you incredible support to fulfill your dreams. Be aware of the coincidences, signs, synchronicities around you. Watch for messages. Exactly. From your forebears. No matter what is occurring on the surface of your life, your prayers are being answered in mysterious ways beyond your awareness. So there may be a little bit of stuff that has to stretch the Virgo mind a little bit, right? Not stuff we're used to looking at. Coincidences, synchronicities, da da da. So anyway, the native spirit wants you to know there's wisdom that dwells deep within your cells, that is spiritual bequest from your ancestors. That is a spiritual quest from your ancestors. The wisdom has come not only from your forebears' joyous, carefree times, it also has bloomed from their failures, their deflated dreams, and seemingly wrong turns in life. Okay. Part of their message to you is to cherish every experience, for all of it will deepen your wisdom, compassion, and understanding as it did theirs, and also know that there's an innate wisdom within you always. It's simply a matter of turning within in order to access it. Native people always call on their ancestors for support. To ask for their help is to walk the native path, and sometimes you may be so focused on what's outside of you that you forget that wisdom is available to you from the spirit of your ancestors. Be willing to ask, for they want to support you. And the sense, what did they say there? They said too is that we do have people outside of us that are like parents and whatnot that are available to do this, but we just don't consider it an option to do that. And again, dream time and whatnot can be included in that. Some people don't feel as connected to the spirits, right? But any kind of signals that you get in that way is to help you in the area of this love. So we're going to move into the sex and romance side and see what happens here. Seems like somebody's in transition, basically. So the first card on the sex side, we have the Queen of Wands. Well, isn't she pretty? She's pretty and she's beautiful. She's powerful. Everybody likes to be around her. She's adventurous and spirited, and she brings people in. She's very alluring. So this may be the object of the Virgo's affection here. Maybe a fire. It may not even be a fire, but it may be having the fire trait. So Aries, Leo, Sag, but someone of this nature is very confident, fiery, adventurous, going forward quite prominently, standing out above the crowd is what I'm getting. Next card is the Hermit. Well, I think we got a domestic going on, so beware. The Hermit. Okay, so that is about going inside. The time stamp is there. It's like ancient script. Again, I'm getting forefathers, things that are written, and also you can think to the struggles that maybe your parents went through, and I'm going through the same struggle. To realize this and to note it, it does help you get past it if you can see it. If we just keep bumbling around, we may just repeat it and keep looping. So there's a sense here of maybe having a scenario where we may have done what our parents done, but we didn't want to do, and look what so an awareness of needing to look at that more closely. 19 is the sun, and that is about joy and fulfillment and whatnot. I feel like they're going to get the message. I feel like the Virgos, whatever way, the synchronicities, I feel like they're all stacking up where they can't not see it. They can't not recognize it. They can't not take it in. And I feel like the sun is the understanding of the Virgo going, whoa, I'm putting two and two together here in a spiritual kind of way, which is not their default, by the way, but they're doing it, and it's making them blissfully happy because they're coming up with answers. What can I do here? Well, this is what I need to do, and sometimes seeing from a little bit a shifted perspective, it helps us gain insight and make us happy. So on top of that, wands here, we have the Ace of Swords. Now this is interesting. Well, this could be a past partner as well, because I got the Ace of Swords about cutting news. So that may be a partner that we had that we got bad news from, okay? Next card on top of again, I'm getting elder or ancestral knowledge here. We get the three coins, and that's about forcing things. So somewhere here, somebody stood up for things being forced together. I feel like the relationship that the Virgo was in was being forced together. I feel like both in different ways. I feel like the Virgo kind of was either a workaholic or just really had so much going on outside of the marriage or the pairing that it just was easy to not deal with it. But the moment we needed to deal with it, it seemed forced. And somewhere here, somebody came to the forefront and there was cutting news. Now, I feel like it was the partner of the Virgo, and I'm getting a masculine Virgo with maybe an Aries, Leo, or Sag partner that kind of sat them down and said, I don't want this no more. And they were kind of, I think the Virgo was kind of like, what? Like they didn't expect it. They knew things weren't great, but they didn't expect it. So it's shocking. And I think they were pushing it together, trying to force things that really should have been just released. Now, on the 19 here, the sun, that's about the energy of the realizations, intuitive knowledge, ancestral knowledge, something here that kind of clicks in and creates joy. We get the 7 of Cups, and that's that offering of love outward. Because this is the new energy. There's someone here we want to lather with affection. And, this is very much out in public, right? They're amongst everybody. They just want to shower this person with attention and whatnot. So they see outside of the relationship very highly where they want to go is the sense. Now, second layer on the Ace of Swords, again, cutting news came. Now we have the sun. This is interesting. Or the stars, sorry. The stars. Now, this is about a woman that is, how do you say, that man is looking at her like she's the be all end all, right? She is making him feel like a star in the sky, that kind of thing. So she is pampering him and he is just absorbing it. And I think that's what the Virgo is looking for. It's like, I never got it. I've just never got it. And I'm going to look for someone who has better traits that way. May have been with someone who was logical, but not very emotional, not very deep. Okay. We just on the surface like them, but there wasn't much more. So they're wanting to be fawned over. They're wanting to be paid attention to. They're wanting to be noticed quite highly in the bedroom. So this is what I feel the Virgo sees in a new partner, or may have, somehow figured that they can get this from someone in the future. The 3 of Pentacles on top of that. Ooh, we get the Queen of Cups. There it is. That's exactly what he wants. He wants to be pampered and with compassion and love and care and, commitment. They did say commitment. We do not want to indulge. Virgo's morality here is very high. We do not want to indulge in an area here where we're not going to get some form of commitment along with all this compassion, kindness, caring, and consideration, right? We weren't given the proper consideration. intimately or no, but we got used to it to a degree that we didn't invest, and all of a sudden now it's gone and it's too late. We can't make up the damage. And I think the Virgo's realizing too that they should have invested a little more. Um, but again, it's too late because the other partners, I feel it's a closed door. I'm not going back. And it's not for their highest good to come back. It's just we did what we needed to do here. It's time to move. Now, this new energy of the Virgo wanting to really flatter and impress, like show off a partner, a new partner. There's somebody here, either they've done this or they want to do this too. Very highly, it's just wanting to really absorb in the other partner, looking for more depth, just not a wham bam thing. We want more. We want romance. We want, and like, again, I feel like I'm picking up on masculine, but it could be a feminine. This is high on our list of priorities. Yeah. And look at this Ace of Pentacles. That's Ace is new directions. Pentacles is about feeling home, feeling at home with this person, that we would just want to lay all day. And we don't, I do feel that Virgo was kind of smacked sideways with this. I feel like he was not invested. He should have known better, but he didn't do, and he may have learned this again from his parents or the way other relationships around him, they kind of just float by, and wasn't a lot to learn from here from people around him, is the sense they're giving me. So the Ace Pentacles is about a new direction where we feel quite comfortable being with the partner that we're with. Now it is a new direction, and I feel like there's a message that needs to happen to spark this before, but this man either may know this person from their past, or they feel a heavy investment here that I think I can get what I want from this one. This is what they're thinking. And so they're willing to take that step. Now, infinity cards, again, they can be blunt power. Look at that. The Virgo had too much power in this relationship that it kind of disintegrated. Now, the sense here is are we going to learn to open up to our partner and give equally? We want this, but what are we willing to give in order to get it, right? Now, the Queen of Cups, because there's a lot of given to the man here. At the end, the man is kind of, but there's a lot of the woman given to the man here. So this is what I feel he's highly prizing. Again, the power, where are we going to sit here? Next card, on the Queen of Cups, we have consequences. Yeah. I feel like the consequence here is that we had someone in our past that we needed to let go because we didn't invest properly, and it's kind of, like I said, too late. I do not feel that this was either one of these. I feel like this is either future people or a future dream of people, but I feel like he has someone in mind that he's locking this energy into. Now, on the Ace of Pentacles there, oh, what? We have crisis coming up, okay. So we may be looking at going in a new direction here, but we got to be careful because there's something going on. Too much power. They're going, watch your control issues. Yeah, said it right there. If we do not balance out our control issues, we're going to have the same thing again, only we won't be able to enjoy anything before it slips away. Yeah, so the power here is the Virgo needs to tame, maybe a little too domineering in the relationship, and the consequence is going to be that we may have a crisis in a new relationship as well because we didn't take our lesson forward. They're going, we need to learn that we need to give more of our time and energy into the partnership in order to sustain or keep it. And so they go to the next person, and then we might make the same mistakes. Power to, they're giving me a sense of work. So we may be trying to gain power at work or increase that to some degree that overshadows and it's not balanced. So we give more to work than we do a personal relationship, and it's There's consequences for that. Okay, so 4. Next row of sex cards, the 4 of Cups. Now, this is the new direction. They feel very comfy in the bed together. And not only that, they feel like after they're done, they can talk and discuss. So I get a pretty freewheeling energy, like, and the intimacies are going back and forth. So they're literally talking. You like this, I like that, da da da. Getting to know each other physically. And yeah, I think this was not in the last relationship. I feel like this woman that comes at him, or he finds that can suit him. She's very open and honest sexually in the bedroom. She's willing to talk. They're going, this is not what happened in the last relationship. There was something that happened we didn't like, or something they didn't like. We don't talk about it. So this is very enjoyable for the Virgo. And again, this could be feminine or masculine, but I'm getting it as a masculine. So so he's enjoying that. He's enjoying sitting in bed and like, this is all new. It's different. So the Queen of Chalices, again, there's consequences here if we don't invest in the relationship. Now, what do we get there? What do you know? We get the Balance card. The Libra card is talking about justice within. So again, if we invest here and we discuss and we communicate, we can keep balance. Things could be good. But somewhere here, it's insinuating a crisis point. Now, what do we get there? 13 of Wands. Now, the 13 of Wands, that's the Queen of Wands again. So are we jumping backwards? They're giving me that sensation. We may jump into a new relationship and then go back to the old partnership. Or something happens here with that. Because that's the Queen of Wands. That's the energy we started out with, wasn't it? Give me a minute here. We got a lot of Wands energy. Where did it go? What's back here? Yeah. There she is there, hey? Queen of Wands. She's holding that wand. Here, it's in front of her. Here, it's in like back off. Now, give me a moment to... Because here, the Queen of Wands here kind of carries a mystery because she's got a mask on. So she's veiling herself somewhat. So there's a sense of this. Now, are we veiling to a partner, or partner veiling to us? I feel like this is the last partner that we were with. And it's like they're pretending to come back fixed up and back in, or I don't know, something weird here. So we'll expand some more on the 4, which is about the Virgo going outward toward a partner here, and very good communication skills in the bedroom. Whoops, we have the Star again. And they're going, we both feel like a star in this relationship. They can pamper. It's always the woman pampering him, but he can do the same as what they're telling me. And there's a balance that can be struck by this, right? Because they're showing the woman always tending him, but he can give back when he's prompted, kind of thing. But the ability is there. We just have to be aware that of the how effective it can be, right? So the Justice coming down here. What do we say there? Oh, the Chariot. That's about movement. What did we have behind there? Oh yeah, it was consequences. So there's movement here going to happen. I feel like it's the Virgo going towards that new partner to gain balance, a balanced relationship. They see this very highly. The partner that they're looking at, my tongue is tied. The partner that they're looking at, they see a great balance there. Now, these two Sphinx their feet are going in different directions. So that leads me to believe that this is the ex coming back to stir it up. She's feeling that this guy's moving on, so she's going to come back here. And interestingly enough, they go, yeah, we left that card to the last because the energy is that we are done. And then as soon as they move on, then this one comes back in. Isn't that funny? Isn't it funny? What was that, Virgo? Where's my pen? Yeah. Sorry, I just have to write that. Now, where do we end up on that woman? Queen of Pentacles. So it may be a fight between a Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands. Queen of Pentacles, she's a very, very... This one here, I always notice the rabbit's kind of out of place. The rabbit, to me, symbolizes sexual activity in a lot of it. And it can also symbolize quickness of it, meaning a quickie here, quickie there, like we don't have time, like I got to work and can you meet me here? Can you da da da? So this might be going on. I don't know. No, I feel like it is. I feel like there's somebody here that's very stable, balanced, and the Virgo's giving quite well to that energy of stability and balance. We may have to travel to actually meet up with this partner. There may be travel involved where we need to do this, but we definitely touch ground there. But when we get back, there's someone waiting. So again, we might be in a situation where we're rooming with someone we're just not in love with, and the havoc will ensue. Sense is that we go back to this one. We just kind of keep them both going. Okay, this is what I'm getting. Now the animal card to draw it all together. We have the Owl of Wisdom. Is he gonna take flight with this energy or what? The Owl of Wisdom is very much connected to all that is. They see from a higher perspective. And again, the wisdom is there. They're going, this is how it sits. This man has a choice to be wise here and continuously move in another direction. It's very challenging for him to completely cut off the one, because I am getting a sense of cohabitating, like being in the same house. We cannot change that. We can't deal with that. Either the house ain't selling or we just can't change it for whatever reason. So the temptation is too high to make mistakes. But the Owl of Wisdom is there. We know what's right. Are we going to... And again, this bunny here is just... I feel like we're indulging as much as we can in this new partner. And I think that we're just going to get tripped up by the old partner because they can kind of sense it and they don't want it to end or whatever. I don't know. Again, I was getting a shut off here. So I don't know what direction that is if we're going back, but we get tripped up somehow. We go back to the ex. That's what I'm getting. So that's Virgo. Oh, man. Heavy, heavy. Okay. Capricorn. First card, spirituality. 11720. Okay. This is where they were last week, I think. Yeah. 4 of air. That is about mind and all of its workings. This mind in this Capricorn is moving. Something sparked a flow here because they're showing me like, oh, this will turn, then this will turn, then like everything's got its place, and we just got to start one cog, and it's starting the whole unit. So it's almost like we're waking up in the morning, we flip her on. She's on, boys. Like we're gonna think from a perspective here where everything's running in perfect order. So we may have had a lot of fogginess in the mind or something on our mind. Sorry, I keep hitting that. Something on our mind here that was preventing us from thinking clearly or focusing on the right things or whatnot. So this is really what I get the Capricorn diving into this week or the next 2 weeks. What do you know? King of Earth, he is completely in his element. In fact, he's embracing a little bit of the air because he has got his mental mechanics exactly where they need to be. Adjustments. They said there's adjustments in our mindscape, how we're going to go forward. He's feeling very... Give me a minute here. They gave me the word buck when they look at this. I don't know if that's literally what it is or what. I don't know but feeling very like, yeah, just give me a minute. Okay. I used to live up in the mountains, Jasper, and there's a certain season, right? These elk, they're playing off what I know. That these elk kind of roam the streets. They strut the streets, and their horns are up, and and they kind of make these noises, and it's, it's time. Type thing. And I'm, I'm getting this for this Capricorn. Now it may not be that extreme, but I'm feeling an activation zone here. And again, he's standing like a soldier here, like just, I'm soldiered up, ready to go, turn her on. Okay, now what's next? Well, I'm going to start walking in the street and seeing what I could find, right? What am I looking for? I'm feeling I'm very hormonally charged, but yet balanced and grounded, no less. Yeah, they just keep showing me them horns, and it's like we're gonna make a rite of passage here. There's a new territory opening up. Okay, it's all I'm getting there. He is very sturdy and grounded. He's wanting to tread new territory, so he's not going to feel completely comfortable. He's not going to be completely in his element, but he's thinking about a lot of things, and he's got that going for him. And he moves slow, so he's not going to get ahead of himself. So they're going, this is just the way he's been activated. Okay. So the next card is about emotion. So this is the area, along with the mind, the emotions are going as well. Again, there's things here we don't want to see. There may be truths that are laid down here that are hard to take, is what they said. They're going, but we're going to take them nonetheless so that we can move forward. Okay. To expand on the mind, the mental mechanics. What is it going on here? Invisible. Okay. They're going, that energy goes back here to the things that we don't want to see. There's things here we are going to work very hard to spin a web around that we don't have to deal with. But the thing is, we're going to have to deal with it either way. Like the universe is going, well, he's going to run into it. It doesn't matter whether he tries to veil it or not. He's going to have to get in there. He's kind of playing the invisible card here. Like, I got a blind eye. I can't see it. This is what's going on. But they're going, in order to pass through, we have to complete everything. So it's got to be. And I feel like this guy's been funneled. This is the last place he has to deal with all of this energy. So it may not be as hard as he figures after all this time, but he just doesn't know that yet. So the King of Earth, again, very much in his hormonal power, if I can put it that way. He's feeling very regal, very kingly, if you will, and very, what's the word? Like justified. Like if I walk, I just, I'm just seeing this guy, he's walking down the street and he's like, yep, I got it together. This kind of thing. That's what I'm getting. Risk. There may be a risk that is needed to be taken here, and that's where he wants to be invisible. He doesn't, not that he doesn't want to take, he knows he has to take the risk, but he's just not sure how to do it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. Now it's in the emotional area, what's going on, because she's jumping right in there. And that's where the fear lies. She's got to let go so she can jump into what? His emotions. Yeah, but we have a rigid stance here. We just don't want to give up our emotional center. So we're going to have a hard time going forward. Now, if we don't conquer that. On top of the invisible, we have the Ten of Swords. So seems like in our past, we still have a lot of stuff in our mind going on about hurts that have hit us, stabs in the back that we got from either from past partners, people around us that have hurt us quite highly. We're finding it hard to deal with. And that's that's part of what we want to leave invisible as well. But the thing is, we have to deal with this. They're going, we can't just swipe it under the rug. This is the under the rug stuff. They're going, we can't, because if we do that, just it's not going to work. We're not going to be able to go forward. So on top of this risk card, we get the Hermit. I feel like the Capricorn's thinking, well, if I go in and I deal with all this hurt, there's a risk that I won't gain what I want on the other end. And they're going, if we do not, we will not keep it. If we do not take this risk of time and insight, we will not keep what we want, right? So it is a relationship, it sounds like. There's someone here who wants to jump into a relationship before they're truly healed or have dealt with some trauma, maybe in the relationship that they're going to, or from one in the past. They need to go through and look at their selves, open an autopsy, past relationships, this relationship, whatever. There's things we need to look at. We just don't want to look at. We just want to swipe it away. Now, on the rigid card, we get the 3 of coins. That's good, because look at all the yellow here that wants to come in the orange. That is about working together with someone to achieve goals here. Now, I get a sense from this Hermit card is very much that we need to go inside and heal ourselves. So we may be either speaking to counselors or a partner here, and this may be part of it. We may be, as a partnership, needing more insight here than what, because we're taking a rigid stance here. We don't want to deal with it. It's like we don't want to, if we're in a relationship, we're trying to one up. We don't want to deal with the issues because it brings it all back up to the surface. But they're going, well, we need to heal this, because if we move forward, all these things are going to come up again and it's going to bust the relationship. You're not going to keep it. So we have to do this. And then here, going inside and dealing with this on their own, they feel like it's either going to be too long a time, like we need to, like, either we want to take the risk, but we're not prepared to do the work. I don't know, something like this, okay? This energy is kind of looping for that one. Okay, so the native card on top of that is Song of the Wild. Oh, that's cool. That ends it on a nice note, because we have the rainbow. Rainbows are always good. Song of the Wild. What do we get intuitively? Well, the rainbow, right? And that is like, it makes me feel excitement. It's like, oh, I want to go to the end of the rainbow, find out what's there. Is the pot of gold there? No. Okay, well, something good's got to be there. Like, we got to go find what's there. I feel excitement, and I feel like good things ahead. This is what I feel. Okay, so I'm going to read from the book and get exactly what they meant. Song of the Wild. Okay, so it says, new horizons await you. You're ready to savor the wonders of the world. It says, take some risks, okay? Answer the call of the wild. Step out of your comfort zone. I feel like this is live passionately. Take steps in the direction of freedom. Expand beyond your limitation and boundaries. Maybe it's time to take a journey or do something new and exciting. Your native spirit wants you to know that you are entering a period of expansion and going beyond the self-imposed limitations. If you feel hesitant, this is the time to try something new and do things in a different way. You might even visit far-off lands or wild natural places. Adventure often entails risk, but without it, life can become lackluster and stagnant. There's a vast new and wondrous vista just around the corner, but you'll never see it if you don't venture out. Yeah, natural places. And then I kept seeing that buck going out, just wandering, and because they kind of, they I don't know what you call it. I don't know if it's a chuff or whatever, but they do that in rutting season. It's like, look out, because you'll get chased by these buggers if you don't give space. Like, talk about, what is that, 6 feet or whatever. Talk about 6 feet. You need a lot of space. But very much in the energy of, like, I just can't be messed with. So we'll see what happens here in the love and sex side, where we're gonna go. Okay, did I read? They're telling me I didn't read. Give me a minute. They're telling me I didn't read what the native spirit wants to know. I think I did. No, I did. Yeah. You'll never see it if you never venture out. Okay, so the rainbow, right? If you don't go outside, you won't see it. So for some reason, repeat that. Okay, next. On the love cards, the first card for the Capricorn in love, 5 of Wands. That's about struggle and fight. So there may be some kind of fight or struggle going on here within a relationship or within our lives, period. Next card, happiness, 9 of Cups. We're trying to get happy. I feel like we're fine. Yeah, like there's something here. Like either we're finding there's a lot of strife in our life, but we want our happiness to shine through and we just don't have time, or I don't know what's going on. The next card, yeah, 3 Swords Swirl. Okay, so we may have heartbreak in our past here that we had to deal with. There's happiness that wants to set free, but there's too much struggle going on in order to lift. Now, again, I was having a conversation just earlier, or was it I think it was one of the readings actually, talking about the energy of giving up fight. Yeah, it was the Aries. Giving up fight in a direction in order to let the happiness in. This is kind of that scenario. We have sorrow in our past and whatnot. And we have a lot of struggles in our present. And so there's a lot of negative here that we have in our life that we may have to heal from. But the sense here is that we have hope that there's happiness somewhere. And we're going to travel towards that. Now, on the strife here, we have 7. And that's the Chariot in the romance card. And this is supposed to be a couple. She is way up on the high stack. She's not even sitting up front with him, and they feel quite removed from each other. So there's a sense here that we are either quarreling with someone or at a distance, or we have a partner here we're quite removed from, something like that. The oxen seem to be kind of, not really, not conflictive as I would call it, but there's a notice of the color difference. So the sense here is that we don't get along, or how do you say, we're together, but we don't get along, this kind of thing. Now, on top of the happiness card, we get the Knight of Pentacles. So that is your energy. That's about putting coins into the pond. We're putting work and effort into our financial gains. We're trying to raise, I feel like we're trying to gain stability in this way. This is what we're doing, trying to get forward in that way. We may have had sorrow in an area here where a relationship created a financial problem. Okay, so it might have been a divorce where we had to separate things, or a separation where funds get depleted, this kind of thing. It could be through lawyers as well. On the sorrow, we get the Ace of Wands. Now that is about a new direction going forward. Intimately, we have a new direction. Now, it's interesting to me, there's kind of really, they have on the top of the cane, they have a couple, making out there. I don't know if you can see it. To symbolize the connection, right, of the wand. Okay. Now, all the seasons are going by and there's nothing going on. So there's this sense here that we may have had a long time here where we not dealing with sorrow, or of a relationship. The distance between a relationship was very hard. It seemed like a long drawn out thing is what I'm getting, a long drawn out path. So if we were breaking with from someone, it may have been a lot of conflict, a lot of drawn out energy, and it just seems like forever that we've been removed. Now, on top of this, the Chariot, which talks about movement, can talk about travel. We have the 3 of Swords. It's not good. That's another. Now, this card always, we got the 3 on the other end as well. When you mix them together, it's still the same definition. This man has picked this woman. There's a woman here in the periphery. She's kind of there, but she shouldn't be there. A straggler, whatever. Somebody in the background shouldn't be. These two are having an intimate moment here. They're very much being absorbed in each other, and this person is kind of in the background. So there's a triangular situation here somehow, some way that is happening, but it's, again, we feel removed from them, but they're still on our hay bales, okay? On the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Five of Pentacles, which is really good here because this shows, yeah, this guy is, look at him, he's playing the harp and the fiddle, and what is he doing? Like he's just, or violin, I guess, from Manitoba, so fiddle. Yeah, so the Five of Pentacles is really about whining, dining, and just getting engrossed in the beginning phases of a relationship, right? This is all. And interesting, yeah, they're going, look at the sword of truth is under her leg. There's a lot of truth that lies. I never picked up on that before. There's a lot of truth that lies between these two. And I feel that that's quite removed from that. Okay, next. On the Ace of Wands, what do you know? We get the Three of Wands. What do you know? This is all good stuff. Look at the ties here. There is a high-centered relationship. Just a lot of passion and a lot of wanting to go outward to another. This man is highly focused on her. He is really giving to her, and this is a soulmate union, really. A lot of passion going back and forth, but there's somebody in the outside, and I don't feel it's attached to her. I feel it's attached to him, but it could be either way. Okay, infinity cards. What are we going to do? 2 3s and a 5. Give me a minute here. They're going. Look at the 3s are about high, how do you put that? Spiritual connection, intuition, whatnot. These two are very highly strung together spiritually. Beyond, the 5 is about changes that need to happen or are going to happen from here on in. 2 3s and a 5. Yeah, it's like they're protected spiritually. It's really what I'm getting. The 5 is about change and movement in both these people's lives to adapt. And the 3 on both sides is like spiritual energy protecting them in a parenthesis, of love and devotion. And this person on the outside here better not be there to create havoc because it just won't work, won't take. It's not meant to be. So interesting. Yeah, so the first card on the 3 is the code. That's not good. Because that talks about, what said in Vegas stays in Vegas. So secrets that are never told is the sense here. And that is just, that can never happen. But somebody thinks it can here. Now, it may be this person, I don't know. It's between these two. Secrets that are never told. There might be a secret that this woman knows about this man that she wants to tell to this man, and the sense is that we're not going to ever say that. It'll never come to be. So this might be completely devastating, something completely devastating. But this man, this woman knows, yeah, she may be holding him ransom for that information. Maybe holding that over his head is what I'm getting here. Because there's a code here. If this gets out, man, it's just disastrous. So on top of the 5, we get protection. What do you know? I didn't even look at this card beforehand. Protection. It is protected. The base couple here of those two, and those two is protected. Next, the 3. What do we get there? War. Yeah, I feel like the war comes here because this woman is going to reveal this. And that is going to create the biggest fight on earth. She's hanging something over this guy's head. And she's going to play her card here. And it's going to create a big fight. She said she would stay mum about this, but she's not going to. This is the last card she's got to play, and she's playing it. So secrets are going to be revealed. Now, it's interesting because usually it stays in Vegas, but oh no, not this time. Why? Because this relationship is being protected. Now, she's going to throw something out there to try and damage this relationship. It's not going to work, first of all, because they're protected. You will not damage them. And the sense here is that it'll just create a war, but we'll see where this goes. Holy man. Okay, on the 3. 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is about someone who loses their ability to get aroused in the bedroom here. This is a masculine they're talking about. Is that the secret? I kind of doubt it. I don't think that's the secret, but we'll see here. Feel like there may be guilt or something having to do with the guilt of the information that she carried. She's got a hold of some information she shouldn't have gotten a hold of about this man. And now she's hanging it over his head. She's going to play that card. Thing is, once you play that card, it's done. It's over. She ain't got that hold no more. So I feel like she's done this to this man for so long that it's wore him right out. It's psychically drained him where he can't how do you say, can't release, can't do anything, can't even get involved, or how do you say, go in a new direction. Yeah, there's something she's hanging over his head, or yeah, she's hanging over his head. So she's always going to be in the background until we get her. Because, well, the thing is, she's going to play the card anyway. She's going to play it because to this one, it don't mean nothing. She don't mean nothing. She don't carry loyalty. This one, she don't. That's why he's over here. This one don't carry loyalty. So he's going to figure that out in the worst possible way. But the thing is, once it's out, that's it. It's done. It's dealt with. This depletes him to a high degree. Okay. This takes a lot of energy out of him. He is done kaput. Now, as we go forward on top of the protection, we get 6 the Lovers. So don't slow him down in this direction. Now, give me a minute because there's something here. Maybe it's already been revealed, is the sense. We revealed it and we promised we wouldn't. And the thing is that took a lot out of us, but we got over it. And what do you know? There's love on the other side. And for all that it's worth, this may have dragged out for such a long time. Like the Capricorn may have had to give and give and give. And they just like, I don't want to give anymore. And now it's out, it's dealt with. And maybe it wasn't that bad a deal. Maybe we, how do you say, put it so far up in our head that we thought it would destroy our lives, but it truly didn't. Okay. So the Lover's card is about physical interludes. This could be about a new partner. Maybe this is about someone else. I don't know. There's women here, but they both have red hair. So go figure. Except for that one over here. She's got dark hair, like black hair. Now, I think these are both the same. We're trying to romance and we're just getting deeper and deeper into it. Like the 5, he's romancing her and turning on the charm. The 3 is that initial spark that they feel. And then the ties on their feet are whatever. Now, I feel like the information did cause a fight between these two. But again, it's protected, so they ain't going to split. They're going to deal with it. And she's going to love him no matter because it's true love, not the kind of love that this woman's used to. It would have broke someone apart, but she don't know about that. So this was more sturdy. The relationship was more sturdy than that past partner gave credit. Now we're back on track here. We had an argument and a struggle here, but there's a karmic tie. There's ties here. I shouldn't have said karmic. There's ties, soul ties, heavy ties between these two. It's very passionate, very emotionally loving and all of it. It created a fight, but 3, but look, but it actually enlivened. See, it actually enlivened the relationship because both of them knew things were on the line here, and the instinct was telling them something's hiding, and then suddenly it came out into the surface. So it was there to be cleared. And what do you know? They cleared it. And what do you know? They're moving on. They're starting all over. 3 of Cups. They were at the 6, and then they went down to the 3, but they're still past the I love you point, past the point of the new direction, and they're going to start all over. Okay, now on the 10 of Swords, we have the 9 of Swords. There was a lot of stress and anxiety here. Now, I don't know if that's still going. Sense here is there's still some stress and anxiety about it. So we may have dealt with it. or been forgiven, but maybe the Capricorn can't forgive themselves. Okay. Next card on the Lovers card is the Nine of Cups. 9-9. Yeah, we are very close to completing an emotional cycle here. We have a lot of stress and anxiety about it. We may have to literally cry of relief and release from this because as much as this secret was stressed upon, yeah, I feel very, yeah, as much as the secret was hidden, right? Uh, it drained this man to know she released it and he didn't realize that his life wouldn't fall apart. So now he's just trying to deal with being in the relationship and then also having the secret revealed. Okay. So on the Nine of Cups here, or sorry, then we have the Nine of Cups, which is about wishes and dreams being fulfilled by a lover. It's kind of like our biggest wish is that we just could be honest with the partner, but we felt like we couldn't, so we didn't. But it came out anyway. Tower fell, right? And then what do you know? We're still together. But interesting. We go from the 3 then to the 5, and our cups are spilled again. So there's a sense here of focusing on the negative because there's 2 cups left. So there may be some more information coming out yet, is the sense that it could be. Because why would we get a 5 of Cups if we dealt with all this? Or we just have to deal with the disappointment of all of this stuff coming down upon us. Like we had a bit heavy betrayal. Someone that said they had our back and they totally betrayed us. And actually tried to ruin our way forward. Now, we got over that, but we can't get over the fact of being betrayed in that way. We want to make our wishes come true, but we're not quite. The sense here is we can get back to that 3 of Cups. All we have to do is invest 1 more cup in there and we can get back there. But for some reason, the Capricorn's focusing on the negative here, so they may not get right back where on the horse, as they say. Now, the animal card we got, again, this 2 weeks. This is a beaver talking about work. Yeah, this is how the Capricorns deal, right? Go back to work, see what happens. I feel like this is going to create some balance for them, even though, is it the proper thing to do? Not really. We should focus and feel out all the energy that we have so that we don't dump it into our next partnership, because this is a great, groovy, protected relationship here that we want to savor. And if we do not invest the time, we just will not get the reward. We will just lose the relationship sooner than it is planned or fated. So they don't want you to do that. They want you to put the hard work in beforehand, feel great and whole as a human being and heal thyself, then go outward to a new partner. So 72 is again 9. A lot of 9s here. We're so close to closing this out. We just have to put a little more effort, but there's a lot of stress and anxiety that they're carrying not so well. So that is the Capricorn for the 2-week period. So that is it. Okay. So that's the Earth sign. So take care, guys. I don't know. I'll be back, I think, in 2 weeks. I don't know. But if you're in the Infinity Room, I'll be doing an energy report next week. And it'll be low key for a bit here. Got a lot of stuff going on, so I got to handle that. So I will be in 2 to 3 weeks down the road. Take care. Have fun. Be kind.